everyone, welcome to another open mind intuitive tarot message. This message will be for the collective. It is timeless in nature. We'll see if it resonates with you guys. Hopefully we can provide you some guidance to help you heal, ascend, evolve, elevate, transcend, and have peace, love, prosperity, and fulfillment. Okay. Am I missing something? Advice for the collective, please. One card. Advice. Where are we going? We have grounding. Okay. Fourth house energy. Saturn energy as well. You're being asked to ground yourself. You've been spending too much time in your head, Eight of Swords, and it's time to pay attention to your body and to the earth. I think Capricorn got this message. You guys can check it out on this channel. I did the Capricorn, Sagittarius, and Scorpio readings. Go outside and plant your feet on the ground and enjoy the centering feeling this brings. This could even be you doing things in your home like meditating, yoga, reading a book, taking a nice long bath, things of that nature. Grounding yourself, getting out of your head, stop focusing on the past or the future, or maybe expecting disturbances or distractions or something. You guys are actually doing okay. What's going on? It's hard for some of you guys to relax because you feel like if you do relax, something bad is going to happen. The other shoe is going to drop. You'll hear some bad news, things of that nature. Two of Swords. Let me get some insight for the collective, please. The collective. What's going on with the collective? Challenges, opportunities, and the outcomes, please. Challenge for you guys. Eight of Swords. Like I said, up in your head. Thinking too much. Ruminating, overthinking, catastrophizing. Being too pessimistic. The Hierophant is also here too. Okay, for some of you guys, like your world doesn't make sense, or it's not recognizable anymore. Everything has changed so much over the past few weeks, months, or years that you don't know what to do next. You're not grounded because the ground beneath you has shifted so much over the past days, weeks, months, and years. While Uranus was in Taurus, Uranus in Taurus is the ground shifting, our stability being destroyed, right? Economically, physically. There's a full moon coming up in Taurus, which is an earth sign. It's fixed earth. So it's like, because you can't recognize your surroundings. You don't recognize the world you're living in or the life you're living. Everything looks so unfamiliar. There's no clear pathways to success or to a relationship. Everything looks so new or strange. You're trying to find out like how to navigate in a new city, not literally, but like in a new world where the old rules don't apply. The old rules of dating, of jobs, of relationships, taking care of kids, like nothing makes sense anymore. So you could be tasked with the responsibility of creating your own rules. And that's where the Hierophant comes in. Maybe you grew up in a situation where you were not allowed to follow your own rules, or rules were imposed upon you very rigidly. Saturn placement, like you were abused or you were mistreated or forced to follow someone's rules. You had controlling parents, strict parents, abusive parents, reductive parents. So it's like, because this world is changing so much, you don't know how to adapt to a situation where someone is not telling you what to do, right? Go to this place to get married or to find a husband. Go to this school and take this degree to get a job. Go here to do this. Like, there's no clear roadmap anymore. So some of you guys may have like had your mind carved into by your parents, by society, by authority figures. Something was programmed into you, hammered into you. You got to do it this way. You got to go to college to get a degree, to get a job. But now that's not the case anymore. You got to do this to get a house. That's not the case anymore. Nothing makes sense anymore. That's why you're stuck. So you have to establish your own rules now and your own values. What are those values? What do you really want? And how are you going to get there? You have to make your own roadmap. Yes, Knight of Pentacles, your own roadmap. How are you going to get what you want? This is Virgo energy. Knight of Pentacles. Virgo represents the 6th house of health, work habits, daily routines, right? Our lifestyle. Nothing makes sense. Like, you know, in the past, when you had a job, there was like a goal that you had in mind. Like, okay, I'm going to keep this job for a year or 2 years, and then I'm going to save my money to do this, right? This is step 1, step 2, step 3, and that's the goal and the objective. But that's not the case anymore. So you may have a job still, but now you're at this job and you're keeping this job because you're afraid to leave because of the economy. So it's like you're kind of stuck. Knight of Pentacles is stuck energy. I have to keep doing this until I know what to do next, until I'm given guidance, or until someone shows me what to do, until a clear pathway is created by me or somebody else. You're being challenged to do things your own way, but you don't know how to do that, or you don't have the faith in yourself to do that because you're not grounded. You don't feel secure within yourself. This is a square. That's an internal challenge, internal conflict based on a perspective that has to be pivoted or changed or adjusted in some way. This is Gemini. This is Virgo. Your thoughts affecting your actions. Not just actions, practical action. Not just acting for the sake of acting, right? Not just yelling and screaming. Not that kind of action. But, okay, my goal was to save this much money because I want to buy a house in 6 months. I'm going to do this to accomplish that goal. This doesn't make sense anymore. So your ideas, your plans, the strategies you put in place for your life, it doesn't make sense. Everything is in flux or convoluted or confusing because of the times that we're in. Uranus and Taurus. Retrograde. So the source of stability that you thought you had or security is not there anymore. What's the opportunity? 6 of Pentacles, more earth. Establishing your own rules, grounding yourself. What are your values? Venus and Taurus. What are your values? What do you want out of life? Doing it your own way. There's that's scary. It is scary doing it in your own way, especially in times where everything is so unpredictable. It is scary. What was interesting is when, this is a deer. Deer antlers grow back. If they break off for some reason or something happens, they grow back. So whatever opportunity you're trying to go towards, whatever you're trying to create for yourself, if you make mistakes, you can always recover from that. Right? The opportunity comes from the experience itself. You actually doing it is a part of the blessing, and it's a part of you carving your way into success or stability. Like, you have to do this on your own. Do it your way. Play by your own rules. The 2 of Wands, right? Do it your way. Fire and earth instead of air and earth. Fire representing action, passion, enthusiasm, confidence. To invest in yourself. To value what you have to offer. Your contributions. To do something your own way. Start your own journey. That's scary. Outcome. 4 of Cups, rejection. Yeah, if you don't do that, you'll get bored with the current circumstances. And I knew the Hierophant would be here. So this is the thing. The Hierophant represents like conditioning. Like somebody has Saturn afflicting their ascendant, their sun, their 4th house, 10th house, 7th house, or the 10th. Saturn is also could be squaring Jupiter, like being afraid of taking risks. If you don't do that, you'll be here feeling like despondent, stuck, bored. You're going to stay unhappy. You're not happy here. Even though there's stability, like there's a false sense of stability here or security because of societal conditioning. If you have a job, you're always going to be good. You know, and I'm not saying quit your job. I'm not saying quit your job. I'm saying that you can create opportunities outside of your job if you change your perspective about your value, what you have to offer in the world. Some of you guys may be afraid of doing what other people are doing. Like, well, they're all doing this already. Doesn't make a difference, right? Do it differently or do it better or do it the same damn way. Just get out there. But this is like your parents, the system, society, government, schools, the culture saying you got to do it this way. If you don't do it this way, then you're going to fail. That puts you in a trick bag, 8 of Swords. Okay, sorry about that, to get my clarifiers. What's happening? So, 8 of Swords and Messenger of Earth, please. 7 of Wands, feeling blocked. Yeah, I can't think, I can't move. I'm stuck, I'm afraid. Messenger of Earth, Knight of Pentacles, please. The Wheel of Fortune, reverse. So, you can't change your life. Your life is stuck. You are... I don't want to say it's a missed opportunity. I don't think there are missed opportunities until like you die, but you are delaying an opportunity because you're stuck. You're afraid of taking a chance on yourself. You feel blocked by your own thoughts. So opportunities aren't coming your way. You guys could have an air sign in Saturn, air sign in Jupiter, air sign 4th house, planets and air signs and earth signs in a square, something like that. Clarify the 6 of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands, please. 9 of Swords reversed. Getting out of your own way. Stop overthinking. Doing something. Stop being so hard on yourself. Being so persnickety. 8 to the 9. Like, I gotta be perfect. It's not gonna work because it's not perfect. They won't like me because of whatever. Just put it out there. Have something out there. I'm gonna find out what happens if you do this. If you don't do it, because I'm seeing you're not doing it. I'm seeing you're still delaying, procrastinating, stalling, afraid. We'll see what happens if you take my advice and just do it. 2 of Wands. 5 of Cups, regrets. So yeah, you're 5 to the 4. Like, this is you potentially regretting not doing this at some point in your life. Okay. You have the right to be just as corny as everybody else. I said again, you have the right to be just as corny, whack, lame, whatever, as everybody else. There are a lot of people on the internet or wherever you're trying to make waves in. There are a lot of people who write books, who make movies, who make clothes, who are really corny at what they do. They're whack, right? But it doesn't mean they don't have the right to express themselves, and they're learning how to be better artists, better writers, better teachers. So the whackness is a part of the journey. Don't expect to be an expert the first time around, but put something out there. It is okay. I don't know what you're waiting for. It could be, you guys may not want to spend the time doing this. This is procrastination. 9 of Pentacles and the 8 of Swords is like overthinking something, ruminating, like analysis paralysis. Trying to be perfect. I'm not saying it's not that serious, but that's why you have like textbook, but 1st edition, 2nd editions, 3rd editions, revisions. That's okay. You can revise what you've put out and make it even better. Y'all see all those Tubi movies? I don't watch Tubi, but I've seen some clips and I'm like, y'all really, what's going on? People are trolling Tubi, but they still watch it. It is getting better. Right? People are making a name for themselves. It's okay to not have perfection initially. That's all right. That's a part of the journey and the process. Some of you guys may have like an inner child that was not sufficiently cultivated. Like you weren't allowed to make mistakes. You weren't allowed to be happy or to just be free in your own company. You weren't allowed to be a child. That's what this is also an issue about. I don't see this is Leo energy, 7 of Wands. Feeling blocked. Your inner child was never cultivated or was not supported. That's why you don't feel grounded. The grounding isn't just the 4th house, which is the moon. It's also the 5th house, which is the sun. Right? This is our childhood experiences, our sense of identity and individuality based on how we express ourselves, what we can create from our own hands, from our own minds, from our bodies. That was not supported by your parents or society in some way, shape, or form. So you're afraid of doing this, but it's okay. You can listen. If you think you're gonna be whack, you have the right to be just as whack as everybody else. Right? You won't be the first or the last whack person out there. Okay? Call it a spoof or something. Okay? Make fun of yourself. 3 of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. Okay. The 3 of Pentacles is like collaboration, cooperation with people, working with other people. Page of Swords, it's like, okay, you're still looking for permission from other people to do this. Like, I don't know what the permission is, literally, but it could be, maybe you want a partner, maybe you want financial support. Like, I can't do that without someone backing me. Like, you want someone to encourage you to do this. But it'll be like empty. It's not going to be, you want your parents, like, so who do you want to do this? Like, who do you want to give you permission to do this? It could be a parent or society, the government. Whoever told you you could not do it, you want this very being, institution, person to tell you you can do it. It's okay. You have permission. Why are you giving them that kind of power? That's crazy. What will happen if the collective takes my advice and puts this project out there? They do what they do with their business. They start a new job or career. What will happen with the collective if they take my advice and they go towards the 6 of the earth and the 2 of fire, that opportunity? What will happen for the collective? How will this affect them? How will this affect the collective? King of Cups. Emotional security. I did it. Emotional fulfillment. Joy. Even if it's not financially lucrative, which I don't think that will be the case, you're going to feel like so rewarded, so affirmed, so validated. This is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. So empowered, validated, affirmed, nurtured, supported. You're going to receive a positive response from people. 10 of Cups, yes. Listen, man, you want to be 4 of Cups or the 10 of Cups? You have to make your own rules. That's essentially what they're telling you to do. That's why you're the 8 of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles, because it's like the systems that you've relied upon to give you direction, focus, purpose, whatever, they're falling apart. They shouldn't have been there in the first place. So you're waiting for permission from the system to tell you that you can do this and you should do this. King of Cups and the 10 of Cups, please. 3 of Wands reversed. And, okay. 10 of Wands upright. Interesting. Wands represent action, activity, movement. And the 3 of Wands reversed is you staying put and sticking to what you started. You guys may have started something already. 7 to the 3. You guys may have started something already. You started building something and you're waiting. You started writing a manuscript. You started writing a course. You started, I don't know, sewing something, baking something, starting a new job. You started something and now you're trying to abandon it because it's too hard. You go from the 10 of Wands, I can't do it, it's too hard, to, oh my God, I did it. I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of you guys. If you do this, please do this. Please do this, my friends. I was about to say my niggas. Please do this. Please do this, my peoples, okay? Listen. Advice, please, for the collective. My friends. Please do this. Look at my friends. Okay. Collective energy, please, for you guys' advice. This is purposeful career. How will you get to this point of being the King of Cups and the Ten of Cups? Fulfillment, peace, emotional prosperity. I don't see a lot of money coming in like that. It won't be about that for you. That's going to come afterwards because you'll become this Buddha energy, which is Jupiter. You would have healed your Jupiter. Jupiter is a planet of opportunity. It's a planet of success. You guys may have Jupiter in Sagittarius or Saturn in Sagittarius, Jupiter in Pisces, Saturn in Pisces, Jupiter in Sagittarius, or Jupiter in Gemini, something like that. There could be some sort of a issue. This is Pisces and this is Sag. This is a square again. We have two squares here, so that those squares could be conquered. That fear, right? Saturn is fear. Squares are also fears and limitations, self-imposed limitations. This is so nice. Look at my friend. You want to have a lot of friends? You did this? Oh my God, this is so cool. I didn't know you could do this. Magical. Your dream life is manifesting magically. You have enough resources to bring your desires into reality. Your income is increasing rapidly. Yeah. Ten of Cups, King of Cups, Jupiter, magic, Neptune, magic. There's a grand water trine coming up involving Neptune, Saturn, Jupiter, and the Sun and Venus. Amusement. You have natural talents that you can share with the world. It's time to make money from them while having a good time just being you. Now, what are your natural talents? So, magical could be, divination, any form of divination. Tarot, clairaudience, clairvoyance, clairsentience, claircognizance, astrology, science fiction writing. What exactly give me some insight into three potential paths or three potential projects or three potential directions that the collective could go towards for their success. Hopefully it'll resonate with some of you guys. First direction, first potential. What can the collective do to get to this point? Miscalculation and collaborative. Working with someone who has the same goal as you will increase your power and reach. Someone wants to do business with you. Three of Pentacles reverse. Was that out there earlier? Upright. Taking responsibility for your mistakes is a good sign to start all over again. Learn from the lessons and use them for better judgment. Okay, so you may have to collaborate with people. This could be a social media project, something that requires multiple hands, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 people here. Now, the Three of Pentacles here, you might need like a mentor or a team of people to help you do this, or you need like accountability partners, people to like force you or to like encourage you to do this, whatever this is. But don't lean on them too heavily for that support, because then you'll end up you need to be self-motivated to get this done. And nobody wants to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. If you want to get it done, get it done. So working with other people may help you out in some way. Okay, second plan, second possible direction. Healing, maybe medicinal, therapist, herbalist, psychiatrist, masseuse, doctor, anything in the healing profession. Your finances are healing quickly. Continue to do what's best and you will soon see great results. You have gained the energy you need. You also need to work on your physical health. If you have nutritional deficiencies and things of that nature, but you could be working in the healthcare field. Virgo energy is also here. One more thing, and also here. So whatever your 6th house is, what is going on with your 6th house? Find out the sign that's in your 6th house and the planets that are there. Okay? Sag in the 6th house could be a teacher, Scorpio in the 6th house could be a financial advisor. Capricorn in the 6th house could be a manager of some sort. Aquarius in the 6th house could be a publicist, somebody who works with people, social media manager. Pisces in the 6th house could be a therapist, hospice care person. Aries in the 6th house could be another manager, someone who's a chef, likes to work with sharp things and heat, could be military. Taurus in the 6th house could be someone who, you know, Taurus is about building many things, beauty industry, food, luxury, perfume, real estate, land, property management, things involving the earth, things involving beauty, things involving things we can hold on to tangibly, tangible values and assets, depending on the dispositor of your Venus. What sign is that in, or what planet is that in, okay? Sorry, the dispositor of Taurus, which is Venus. What sign is Venus in and what house is in it? That'll give you more insight. 6th house in Gemini. This could be a teacher, publicist, writer, so on and so forth. Also, I think Taurus in the 6th house could be like a good manager, a good systems design evaluator, things of that nature. What else? Cancer in the 6th house. This is dealing with home health aid, nursing, cooking, dealing with children, childcare, healthcare, daycare, you know, maybe, daycare, babysitting, nanny, stuff like that. Leo in the 6th house, performer, entertainer, actress, actor, someone who's out in front, someone who likes to express themselves in any way, social media personality, someone who's a creative person in general, fashion, design, beauty. That can be anything for Leo, because it depends on what sign the sun is in and what house the sun is in. Then we get to Virgo. Virgo 6th house is someone who's organized, again, a data analyst, a systems evaluator, systems designer, computer programmer, things of that nature. Gemini too. What else? Then we have Libra in the 6th house. This could be a diplomat, somebody who's dealing with relationship dynamics, a relationship counselor, someone who is good with working with people and negotiating things, some sort of, I don't know, you could do real estate, you could deal with, it depends on what house Venus is in, what sign Venus is in too. And then I mentioned Scorpio already, so it's things of that nature, so healthcare and so on and so forth. Now let's, one more advice please for the collective, one more insight for the collective. One more advice, so you could get into forensic accounting, healing professions, and who else? Perspective and skills. Investing in your skills. You guys may need to go back to school or upskill in some way. You have a vision, you have a plan, but you may need to study or read some more before you can put this thing out there. I think you'll feel more confident once you upskill, once you learn more about what you want to do, whether it's fashion or being an analyst or being a programmer or being a writer. You'll learn more. Once you'll feel more confident in doing this, once you maybe go back to school or take some courses online. And this is a part of the Hierophant situation I'm talking about. Hierophant representing education, learning new things, but the Hierophant could also be conditioning. Like you don't have permission to do this unless you go to school for it, which is not true unless you're in the medical profession, the legal profession, and things of that nature. Things that involve people's lives and their livelihood and their health and their finances, that's different. But if it's something like writing or being a seamstress or being a singer, something that doesn't involve that, then, of course, the Three of Pentacles could also represent working with other people to help hone your skills. Right? Working with going to these Facebook groups, or going to Toastmasters, or going to these places where you can hone your skills, you can share your ideas with other people who are in your field, and they can mentor you in some way, shape, or form. So yeah, don't avoid doing that. Is there another card I can look at for you guys? One more card. Keywords. No, I'm gonna do no keywords. What is blocking you? This is about relationships, but it also can be about career and things of that nature. What's happening? What's blocking the collective from pursuing this goal, going towards their happiness and fulfillment, from starting this business, from changing careers? What's stopping them? What's blocking these people? What do they need to hear? What's going on with you guys? And then I'm done for today. Expectations. When you expect too much, 8 of Swords, no one measures up. Ditch your list. Want what is real. And what is real? And then there's anxiety underneath here. 8 of Swords. So yeah, you're expecting too much of yourself. You expect to come out the gate being the best analyst ever. Like, I don't want to have to learn anything. I don't want to have to reference my notes. Like, no. You have the right to be just as lame and whack and corny as the other people you're comparing yourself to. Because they started out that way too. Nobody was perfect in the beginning. So if you think you're going to be lame and whack, you have the right to be lame and whack too. Okay? Everybody out here ain't perfect. All right? So yeah, if you think you're going to be lame and whack and corny and, you know, people will make fun of you, that's not true. But you have just as much of a right to make mistakes as everybody else. And that may not have been the case when you were younger. You may have been punished severely for making mistakes. Judged too harshly by your parents for making mistakes. Okay? One more, then I'm done. I'm exhausted. I've done 4 readings today. All right, let's go with the collective. Advice for the collective, and then we're out. One more card to close this out. Spirit guides, thank you very much. Healing energy message for the collective. What else do they need to know about their situation to make the best decision for themselves and their future happiness and abundance and peace and groundedness? Come here, Mr. Rogers. It's such a good feeling, a very good feeling, a feeling, you know. Or like, the future does not exist and the past is gone. I focus on the present moment, hence no anxiety. And again, your expectations are based on a future response to something you haven't even done yet. So that's why you're stuck in the 8 of Swords. Thinking about the future. How are they going to react and respond? You got to stay in the present, here and now, in the flow. I have confidence in life again because here and now, there is no danger. And I mentioned in the beginning that some of you guys feel like it's like you can't relax because you're afraid of something bad happening to you. Like you don't have permission to just be because of what's been going on in the world for the past 8 years. Everything happens when my soul is ready, and then we see shining light, solar plexus, sacral chakra, 5th house energy. My desire to improve myself, transform fear into strength. My desire to improve myself. Did I mention improvement earlier? I might have. With the 6 of Pentacles. I mentioned that the deer's antlers break off and they grow back. So there's a possibility of improving and growing from this situation. Wait, hold on. What was at the bottom of the deck? Give me a second. No, it wasn't there. Okay. I'll leave this here for now. I raise my thoughts above doubt. 8 of Swords, right? And find faith in the goodness of the universe. I love and accept myself as a soul, and I discover the light that dwells in me. Again, you have the right to be as corny and lame as whack as everybody else if that's what you're afraid of. But I don't think you'll be corny and lame and whack. I think you're going to, have your own little learning curve, as we all do in the beginning, and then you'll get better. That's what we're here for. This is the age of Aquarius. This is the age of, people not judging you for perfection, right? They want you to contribute to the discourse, to the zeitgeist, to the movement, to whatever, to the collective consciousness in some way. So the judgment is more about them than you, if they do judge, okay? So don't stop judging yourself based on what you think people will say, because you're not following the rules. You're doing it your own way. All right, guys, I love you. My N-words. I don't know why I say that. It's so strange. But yeah, I love you guys. I want you to be happy. I hope you take my advice and do this, because you'll have the King of Cups and the Ten of Cups, which is a very positive outcome. You'll be fulfilled. I'm like, wow, I did it. And I look forward to your feedback. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon.